Okay, so I'm doing a project on the Cold War. So what's your name?
Ted Fleming,
When were you born?
October 14th, 1943.
And how are you related to me?
I am your grandpa.
Okay. Do you recall anything about the Cold War as a child?
Yes, I do.
Okay, what is it?
It would be crawling underneath our desks in grade school classroom drills, and also we ran those drills quite often
Okay.
because of the nuclear threat.
Were you guys ever afraid that they were going to happen all the time when you
It
practiced?
was it was a little scary, yeah, because at our age, because this is grade school,
Okay.
and but nothing did happen naturally, and so okay, it didn't last very long. Then we went back to our desks the normal way. Secondly, seen it on TV, a little
Okay.
small black and white TV in those days,
Okay.
and it'd be what we'd see basically would be the Russian military in doing their St. Petersburg Square marches with their equipment,
Okay.
and then possibly seeing nuclear explosions going off, which they did.
Okay.
And then thirdly would be is that radio.
Okay. So are those your memories that you would consider the Cold War happening?
Yes, because this is all during this is all during the Korean War.
Okay.
Korean War is this post World War II.
Okay. What about the Cold War?
The Cold War started basically, my recollection, it was kind of after Korea.
Okay.
And
What is your
in
clearest?
the Cold War was basically the USSR against the United States.
Okay. So what's your clearest memory of the Cold War being real?
Us, well, it was what you would see or hear that would go across the the Atlantic, like what Russia's doing and what we're doing. We were blowing up nuclear bombs at the time for testing, and so you felt like we were preparing for something. And then also, most importantly, would be the Bay of Pigs that took place in Cuba. That was a failure, and then also John Kennedy's confrontation of Russia in 1962, which caused them to turn back. For that was they were bringing missiles to Cuba,
Okay.
and so that made us feel like the Cold War was intensifying.
Okay. Did your family ever practice anything for the Cold War? Like, did you guys prepare anything or?
Not really, no, because we just didn't have any means to do that, and so
So you just practiced at school then?
private school, that was it. Yes.
Okay. Do you believe that nuclear weapons were? Do you believe that nuclear weapons were being used, and do you think they'll be? Do you think they'll be used again?
Do I believe they were being used?
Do you? Yeah.
No, they weren't used. No, they were by us for testing. Yes, we were testing different means of propulsion to send it up in the air and the explosions. And Russia was doing the same thing in their world because they had them too.
Mhm.
And so it's like, okay, who could outdo the other one?
Okay.
And of course, then there was. Let's see, what was your question again?
Do you believe that nuclear weapons were being used?
Yeah. In my mind, they were not being used because nobody would blow anybody up.
But you still have to practice for them.